everyone. Thank you and welcome to this report on the life and legacy of a prominent Filipino. I am Joel Jr. Babao, Group 6 reporter, and I'm excited to share with you the fascinating story of these remarkable individuals. Apolinario Mabini, 1864 to 1903. Apolinario Mabini was a Filipino revolutionary leader and intellectual who played a key role in the Philippine Revolution against Spanish colonial rule in the late 19th century. He was born on July 23, 1864 in Tanawan, Batangas, Philippines. Mabini was a brilliant student and he earned a law degree from the University of Santo Tomas in 1894. He then became a legal advisor to Emilio Aguinaldo, the leader of the Philippine Revolution, and played a key role in the drafting of the Philippine Constitution in 1898. After the Philippines declared independence from Spain in 1898, Mabini was appointed as the first Prime Minister of the new republic. However, his tenure was short-lived as he was paralyzed from the waist down to polio and was unable to travel to the new capital in Malolos. Despite his physical limitations, Mabini continued to be a leading figure in the Philippine Revolution, advocating for a government that was truly independent and free from foreign influence. He was also a prolific writer, and his works, including the True Decalogue and La Revolution Filipina, are considered classics of the Philippine literature. In 1899, Mabini was captured by American forces during the Philippine-American War and exiled to Guam. He was later allowed to return to the Philippines, but was closely monitored by the American authorities. He continued to be an influential figure until his death on 1903 at the age of 38. Apolinario Mabini was a Filipino political philosopher and architect of the Philippines Revolution who formulated the principles of a democratic popular government, endowing the historical struggles of Filipino people with a coherent ideology. His parents belonged to impoverished peasantry. Mabini contracted an illness, probably infantile paralysis, that deprived him of the use of his legs. When the Katipunan broke out late that year, the Spanish authorities arrested him. Mabini was already a member of a civil reformist association, La Liga Filipina. Apolinario Mabini played a crucial role in formulating the principles of a democratic popular government during Philippine Revolution. Despite being born to impoverished parents, Mabini's intelligence and dedication led him to become a member of Jose Rizal's reformist organization, La Liga Filipina. However, when the Katipunan broke out, Mabini was arrested by the Spanish authorities. He contracted an illness, likely infantile paralysis, which left him unable to use his legs. Despite this, he continued to play a significant role in the Philippine Revolution and endowed the struggles of the Filipino people with a coherent ideology. In May 1898, Emilio Aguinaldo summoned Mabini to act as his advisor. Mabini formulated the famous decree of June 18, which recognized the local government under Filipino control. When the Aguinaldo camp fled from the advancing American forces, Mabini was captured on December 10, 1899, and was deported to Guam in 1901. In the late 19th century, the Philippines was under Spanish colonial rule. However, the Filipinos were growing increasingly restless and were seeking independence. In May 1898, Emilio Aguinaldo, a Filipino revolutionary leader, summoned Apolinario Mabini to act as his advisor. Mabini was a highly educated man, having studied law and philosophy in Europe. Under Aguinaldo's leadership, Mabini formulated the famous decree of June 18, which recognized the local government under Filipino control. This was a significant step towards independence for the Philippines. Mabini's expertise and guidance were invaluable to the revolutionary movement, and he played a crucial role in shaping the new government. However, the situation took a turn for the worse when the United States declared war on Spain. The Americans saw the Philippines as a valuable territory and sought to take control. Aguinaldo and his camp resisted the American forces, but they were eventually forced to flee. In December 1899, Mabini was captured by the Americans and was deported to Guam in 1901. Despite his exile, Mabini continued to fight for Filipino independence. His chief work, the La Revolución Filipina, is a recent analysis and cogent argument concerning the implications of the revolution against Spain and the resistance to the American invaders. In this work, Mabini highlights the importance of self-determination and the need for Filipinos to govern themselves. He was a selfless and dedicated patriot who spent his life fighting for the freedom of his people. So, in conclusion, Apolinario Mabini was a key figure in the fight for Philippine independence. His expertise and guidance were crucial in shaping the new government, and his dedication to the cause was unwavering despite his capture and exile. He continued to fight for Filipino independence until his death. His legacy lives on a reminder of the importance of self-determination and the fight for freedom. Marcelo H. del Pilar, 1850 to 1896. Born on August 30, 1850, in Bulacan. Died July 4, 1896 at age of 45 on Barcelona, Spain. Parents, Julian Hilario del Pilar and Blasa Gatmaitan. Marcelo H. del Pilar, known by his pen name Plaridel. He studied at the Colegio de San Jose and later at the University of Santo Tomas, where he finished his law course in 1880. In 1882, Del Pilar founded the newspaper Diaryong Tagalog to propagate democratic liberal ideas among the farmers and peasants. In 1888, he defended his results polemical writings by issuing a pamphlet against a press attack, exhibiting his deadly wit and savage ridicule of clerical follies. In the same year, he went to Spain, leaving his family behind. In December 1889, succeeded Graciano Lopez Haina as editor of Filipino Reformist periodical La Solidaridad in Madrid. Before he died of tuberculosis caused by hunger and enormous privation, Del Pilar rejected the assimilation IST stand and began planning an armed revolt. Marcelo H. del Pilar was a prominent Filipino writer, journalist, and revolutionary who played a significant role in the Philippine Revolution against Spanish colonial rule. He was born on August 30, 1850 in the town of Copang, Bulacan, Philippines, and he was the youngest of 10 children. Del Pilar received his early education in his hometown, where he showed exceptional intellectual ability. He went on to study at the University of Santo Tomas in Manila, where he earned a degree in law. After graduation, he worked as a lawyer and a journalist, writing for several newspapers including La Solidaridad, which he co-founded with other Filipino exiles in Madrid, Spain. In Madrid, Del Pilar became a prominent figure in the propaganda movement, a group of Filipino intellectuals who sought to raise awareness about the injustices of Spanish colonial rule in the Philippines. He wrote several articles and essays criticizing the Spanish government and advocating for reforms in the Philippines. Del Pilar was also a key figure in the Filipino Revolution, which began in 1896. He used his writing skills to spread revolutionary ideas and to encourage Filipino to fight for their independence. He wrote articles for revolutionary newspapers, including Kalayaan, which he founded and edited. In 1896, Del Pilar returned to the Philippines to join the revolution. He fought alongside other revolutionaries and helped organize the resistance against the Spanish colonial forces. However, he fell ill and died on July 4, 1896, before the revolution was successful. Del Pilar's legacy lives on as a symbol of a fight for Philippine independence. He was known for his eloquent writing and his unwavering commitment to the cause of freedom. His contribution to Philippines literature and journalism continue to inspire generations of Filipinos.